In this video, I'm going to be talking about the three macronutrients: carbohydrates, fat, and protein. You can find each of these on the back of any food item that you pick up at the store. Every food item has a nutritional facts panel on the back. We're going to be looking at how each macronutrient impacts the blood sugar. So you can see in this illustration that carbohydrates will spike your blood sugar much more than protein or fat. Protein has very little impact on your blood sugar, but it does have some, and it will also trigger insulin if you consume too much protein. So this is a moderate protein diet. This is not a high protein diet. If you reduce carbohydrates and begin to rely more on healthy fats, then this is going to go a long way to not only heal your gut, but to also heal your metabolism so that your blood sugar does not have to constantly be on a roller coaster ride every day. Because what happens when this occurs over time is this weakens your metabolism. So carbohydrates convert to glucose very quickly in the blood, as you can see. The rate of change in hours is along the bottom axis, and the percent of change is at the top. So carbohydrate has a much greater impact in a shorter amount of time on your blood sugar or blood glucose than either protein or fat. Protein will, again, affect your blood sugar, but not as dramatically. It will take a lot more time to have an effect on your blood glucose. Fat, on the other hand, has virtually zero impact on your blood sugar. This makes fat the ideal food for healing your gut and your metabolism. This is what happens to your adrenals when you're constantly on the blood sugar roller coaster, having these very sharp spikes and drops in your blood sugar. When you eat carbohydrates, it stimulates the production of insulin. This pushes your blood sugar down very quickly. And when you do that, it also triggers your stress hormones. This can make you feel very energized and anxious when your blood sugar is spiking. And then when your blood sugar drops, you may feel just the opposite, where you'll have a blood sugar crash, which will leave you feeling fatigued, stressed. This is when your fight or flight hormones get kicked on: cortisol, epinephrine. You might feel hungry, grumpy, jittery, moody, even anxious and depressed. So when we avoid the peaks and valleys or the spikes and crashes in the blood sugar, we are able to stabilize the blood sugar and actually begin to create a healthy zone for our stress hormones. We are able to consciously create a blood sugar balance that helps us to stay in the healthy adrenal zone. Because when your blood sugar drops, your body sets off a fight or flight response. When your blood sugar is high, it's also going to have a similar effect. And either way, you are putting a great deal of stress on your hormonal system. So we want to shut this down and allow your body to come into a resting place where it's relaxed and can start to heal itself. Dr. Carolyn Dean, the author of The Magnesium Miracle, says, "The more sugar you eat and absorb, the more insulin is released and the quicker your blood sugar can fall. This abrupt drop causes adrenaline to be released from the adrenal glands to make sure that the blood sugar does not fall so low that you faint. When that adrenaline mobilizes the sugar stores in the liver to elevate your blood sugar, however, it also produces a fight or flight reaction, which may give you a sense of anxiety or impending doom. It may even feel like a panic attack because you don't equate your symptoms with low blood sugar." Our bodies work very hard to keep our blood sugar balanced. It's one of the metabolism's major jobs. So when we release it from that constant workload, we can relax our metabolism a little bit while we're relaxing our gut. And so we can allow for more healing to take place. According to Dr. Natasha Campbell, blood glucose is one of those factors which our bodies goes to great lengths to keep within certain limits, because both high and low values are harmful. A rapid increase in blood glucose, called hyperglycemia, puts the body into a state of shock, prompting it to pump out lots of insulin very quickly to deal with the excessive glucose. As a result of this overproduction of insulin, about an hour later, the person has very low levels of glucose, called hypoglycemia. So that is what I call the blood sugar roller coaster, these big peaks and valleys that we're going to work really hard to eliminate so that our body can rest and heal.